Hey everyone, and welcome to a deep dive it's really tailor-made for all of you listening today.
Oh, is that right?
It is. We are diving into the fascinating
Okay.
and maybe for some people, the sometimes even feared world of the Spanish subjunctive.
Ooh, the subjunctive.
Yes, and it's a topic that you, our listener, specifically requested.
Oh, wow.
I'm kind of getting the feeling that you're not alone, though, in wanting to finally, crack this code.
It's true.
Yeah.
The subjunctive, it does have, a little bit of a reputation.
Yeah.
But I like to think of it as a key.
Okay.
The key to unlocking a whole new level of expressiveness in Spanish.
Ooh, I love that. Unlock. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have, to help us unlock it, we've got excerpts today from a source, and it's titled simply 59.txt.
.t.
Yeah, 59.txt. Now, before you think we're about to, decode some secret message,
Right.
I promise you it is all about Spanish grammar.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, and no need for a secret decoder ring or anything like that.
Okay.
This source really gets straight to the heart of the matter, and it focuses on how we use the present subjunctive to talk about wants, feelings, or even surprises.
Okay.
Especially when they involve other people.
So it's not just about what's happening,
Right.
but how we feel about what's happening.
Exactly.
Okay.
For example, imagine you are at a bustling cafe in Madrid,
Okay.
and someone lights up a cigarette next to you.
Ooh, okay.
Now, to say in Spanish, it bothers me that you smoke, you would say, me molesta que fumes.
Me molesta que fumes.
Yes. And you can see how that subjunctive fumes kind of kicks in there.
Yeah.
Because you're feeling, it bothers me, is directly connected to someone else's action, right?
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's in this case, the subjunctive isn't just some abstract grammar rule.
Right.
It's a vital part of expressing a real life reaction.
Absolutely. And what's interesting is that this goes, beyond just stating a fact.
Okay.
It's about conveying your subjective experience.
Yeah.
The text also highlights how important impersonal expressions are.
Okay.
Phrases like, it's important, it's necessary, or even, it's strange.
Yeah.
They're like flashing neon signs pointing to a subjunctive up ahead.
So it's almost like these impersonal expressions create a space
Right.
where our emotions can then come into play.
You got it.
Okay.
And the text goes deeper by showing how certain verbs loaded with emotion, right, practically demand a subjunctive after them.
Okay.
These are your feeling verbs like dudar, to doubt,
Okay.
to tener miedo de, to be afraid of,
Okay.
or alegrarse de, to be happy about.
This is starting to feel less like grammar and more like emotional intelligence almost.
I like that, because that language is about so much more than just the rules, right?
Right.
It's about expressing the nuances of human experience.
Yeah.
And with the subjunctive, you're really tapping into a powerful way to do just that in Spanish.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Yes.
Okay, so we're really starting to see the subjunctive isn't just about memorizing verb endings.
Right.
It's about tapping into the emotional core of what you want to express.
Yeah. Exactly. And our source, 59.txt, dives even deeper into this idea
Okay.
by showing us how these feeling verbs often fit into specific patterns.
Okay, so let's unpack these patterns.
Yeah.
What should we be on the lookout for?
Well, one common structure
Yeah.
is métele plus a verb plus que plus the subjunctive verb.
Okay, so it's almost like a formula for expressing how someone or something is affecting us.
Precisely. For instance, you might say, me alegra que estés aquí,
Okay.
which means I'm happy that you're here.
Yeah.
And notice how alegra, our feeling verb, right,
Right.
triggers that subjunctive estés.
It's the subjunctive is the missing link between the feeling and then the reason behind it.
Exactly. And the source points out another interesting pattern with verbs like ser, parecer, and resultar,
Okay.
which mean to be, to seem, and to turn out.
Got it.
When these verbs are paired with adjectives that express a reaction or an opinion, words like surprising, strange, or good,
Okay.
the subjunctive often follows.
So instead of just saying something is surprising, you're kind of emphasizing how it seems surprising to you.
Exactly. For example, instead of saying, it is strange that he is late,
Yeah.
you would say, es extraño que llegue tarde.
Okay.
Using the subjunctive yeg to highlight that, it seems strange from your perspective.
It's fascinating, yeah, how the subjunctive adds that, like, layer of personal interpretation.
Yeah.
It's like saying, you know, this is how I see it,
Right.
this is how I feel about it.
Right. And the source gives us even more tools, though, to express ourselves with nuance,
Okay.
highlighting idiomatic expressions that they sing with the subjunctive.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I love those.
Yeah,
It's like a shortcut, I feel like, to
Yeah.
sounding like a more, like, native speaker.
exactly. These are those wonderfully expressive phrases that truly capture, like, the essence of Spanish, right?
Yes.
For example, dar pena alegría,
Okay.
which means, like, to give pity or joy.
Okay.
You might say, me da pena que no puedas venir,
Okay.
meaning, it makes me sad that you can't come.
Yeah, the subjunctive just feels so natural there.
It does.
It's like it emphasizes that sense of empathy and, like, shared feeling.
Exactly. And how about this one? Poner de buen mal humor.
Okay.
To put in a good or a bad mood. Imagine saying, me pone de buen humor que haga sol,
Okay.
which means it puts me in a good mood that it's sunny.
It's amazing, like, how much more vivid that is
Right.
than simply saying, like, I'm happy it's sunny. You know,
Yeah.
it paints a picture of the sunshine actually, like, impacting your mood.
And for a truly relatable one,
Okay.
we have me saca de quicio,
Okay.
meaning it drives me crazy that.
Okay.
For instance, me saca de quicio que la gente mastique chicle con la boca abierta.
Okay.
It drives me crazy when people chew gum with their mouths open.
Okay, I'm definitely adding that one to my repertoire for future travels.
Here we go.
But seriously, like, these idiomatic expressions, I feel like
Yeah.
bring a whole new level of, like, personality
They
to the language.
They do. And 59.txt doesn't stop there.
Okay.
It goes on to explain how these seemingly complex expressions are actually quite structured,
Okay.
which can make them easier to understand and use.
It's like we're finally cracking the code here of the Spanish subjunctive.
Yeah.
And with these idiomatic expressions, like, we're not just speaking the language, but we're feeling it.
Yeah.
But you're right, like 59.txt,
Yeah.
it doesn't just leave us hanging
Nah.
with a handful of these phrases.
Exactly.
It kind of goes the extra mile to, like, break down how these expressions are structured.
It does. It does.
Okay, so walk us through it.
Okay.
What kind of, like, patterns should we as the learners be, like, aware of?
Well, let's take another look at those idiomatic expressions.
Okay.
Many of them follow a pretty similar structure, right?
Yep.
So it's métele, plus a verb like dar, to give, or
Yeah.
llenarte, to fill with, ponerte, to put in, or even sacarde, to take out of.
Yeah. Okay, so it's almost like these verbs, like, become kind of like the foundation
Exactly.
of the expression.
The foundation, they set the emotional tone.
Got it.
And then, of course, we need that essential cue, meaning that,
Yes.
to introduce the subjunctive clause itself.
Okay, so it's like saying, like, this is what is, like, causing that feeling.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So, for example, like, instead of just saying, like, it makes me sad,
Right.
you would use this structure to say, like, it makes me sad that...
You got it. You could say, for example, me da pena que haya tanta pobreza en el mundo.
Okay.
It makes me sad that there is so much poverty in the world.
Yeah, and see, like, how the subjunctive haya just flows so naturally
Yes.
after that cue.
It does.
Right, it does. And it adds so much more depth than just saying, like, I'm sad.
Yeah.
You know, you're connecting your emotion to, like, a specific cause, you know, making it, I feel like, subtly more, like, powerful.
Precisely. And once you start to recognize these patterns, you'll notice them everywhere.
Right, yeah.
For instance, you could use poner de mal humor to say, a María le pone de mal humor que la casa esté desordenada.
Okay.
It puts Maria in a bad mood that the house is messy.
It's like those grammar light bulbs are, like, finally, like, going off over here.
There you go.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
suddenly the subjunctive isn't, like, so intimidating anymore. You know, it's like we have the key now.
Exactly. And we can unlock all these like new ways to express ourselves more authentically.
That's the beauty of language learning.
Yeah.
It's about so much more than just memorizing rules, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's about understanding the why behind the words
Yeah.
and really using them to connect with others on a deeper level, I think.
I love that, yeah.
Yeah.
So from deciphering like 549.txt to like navigating the nuances of emotions and grammar,
Right.
I think we've had quite a deep dive today.
We have.
Who knew that the Spanish subjunctive could be like so fascinating?
I know, right? It's been such a pleasure exploring these linguistic depths with you.
Oh, likewise. And for you listening, we hope that this deep dive has equipped you to not just understand,
Right.
but truly master the Spanish subjunctive.
Go out there, express yourself with confidence, with flair.
Yes.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning,
That's right.
and keep diving deep
Keep diving.
into the wonders of language.
Yes, absolutely.